To be here, but he was nice enough to come and help us out.
Basically, I really enjoyed, today's speeches were very interesting. Thinking about the games, it kind of brought back a lot of memories for me because I'm actually from California. I was about an hour and a half from LA, but I grew up around gangs. In my neighborhood, we used to have to kind of watch a lot of times the colors that we wore. I know a lot of times I couldn't really wear the sports teams colors that I wanted to wear, like Chicago Bulls, a few other teams. So that it brought back a lot of memories for me. Because I know at that time I was I felt very uncomfortable because the neighborhood I was in, I couldn't really move around and go to parks and kind of hang out like in most areas. That's why I really enjoyed, I guess, as a kid, going to see my relatives in Mississippi versus, being in California, because in Mississippi it was a small town. It was a lot safer for me to be able to go to the store, go to the park, kind of hang out for a long time after dark. In California it was more like, okay, you got to watch out for gangs, you got to watch out for, drive-bys, I remember as a kid, I was coming from a park one time, and a drive-by happened 10 minutes after I left was a drive-by. And I was like, that's a coincidence. I just came from that same area, coming from the park. I made it home just in time, and I found out later it was a drive-by shooting. And then about the pregnancy. I was one of those kids that, I really get to talk. A lot of my knowledge came from, mentors and just outside people. I'm not sure if I didn't have the courage to ask my family and my parents about, certain things, or maybe I just didn't really want to hear at the time. But I learned, they basically taught me everything that I need to know, everything I felt like it was important to me. But at the same time, I guess, learning about it, getting more information on areas like that, will be more helpful because it will inform you more about, the risk. Because everything we do in life is a risk. You have sex, it's a risk, pregnancy, disease or not. It's just about, the thing I kind of come back to is for temptation. Something that feels good tonight, may not feel good tomorrow. So it's one of those things. This is more one of those things, kind of more the way we think. Thinking with our head, trying to figure out is this the right decision for me going forward in my life. That's one of the areas people don't realize, especially as teenagers, because we don't really. As teenagers, they really don't really use their minds in that way. They don't really think too much about the future. They're more about, what is everybody going to think about me tomorrow when I go to school? They're going to say I'm very popular. But they really don't think about the damage that it could do for them 10 years, 15 years, and so on. But I really enjoyed it. It was very informative to me.
All right. Thank you.